Alrighty, guys, welcome back to a game that you never seen before. It's called
Well, yeah, they might have seen it before. This is Sharkbone Jr. This is Great White.
and I'm Megalon.
And tonight we are going to play Story Cubes.
Here's the box.
Here's the box. It's a cool little magnetic locking thing, and it's got 9 dice in it,
And you
which have different shapes on them.
Yeah, and you can make up a story.
Yep, we're going to use it to tell a story tonight.
Yeah, and we're gonna use my transition words right here.
This is a cool little storytelling help that Megalodon's mom found online. I'm sorry, I don't know where it was, so I can't link you to it. But it's basically a stop sign. You've got the beginning, which is the green light, the middle, which is the yellow light, and red, which is the end. And that has transition words listed in the box here. So for the beginning, like first, to begin, for starters, initially, in the beginning, just started. And what we're going to do is we're going to roll the story cubes, and as the dice are used, they're going to be placed in the squares that they're used in, and we're going to use them to tell a story. But first, what story should we tell, Megalodon? What should the story be about? Should it be about our Star Wars characters?
No, it's a it's a funny story.
Okay.
A man fighting with a crowbar.
A map fighting with a crowbar.
No, a man fighting with a crowbar.
Okay. Is the crowbar alive and he's fighting the crowbar, or is he using the crowbar to fight?
He's using the crowbar's alive.
The crowbar's alive?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to tell a story about a man fighting with a crowbar. All right. Do you want to start it off, or do you want me to start it off?
I can start it off.
All right. So pick a die at random. Just reach in there and grab one. All right. Now roll it. Roll it here on the mat so they can see it.
Go!
What do we got?
A tower.
A tower, some kind of castle, rook thing. All right. So what transition word are you going to use to start our story off?
To begin, there was a man in a castle, and there was a king that kicked them out of the castle.
Oh, so the king kicked him out of the castle?
Mm-hmm. Your turn.
Oh, that's no good. All right, I'm going to pick a die at random. I'm just going to pick this one and roll it and see what we got. Ooh, I got a hand.
Yeah.
Okay. And since we're not in the beginning anymore, I will choose a transition word from the middle. Later, after the man had tried to make his living out on the streets because he had been living at the castle, but since the king kicked him out, he didn't have anywhere to live, he turned to petty theft. And so he began stealing from people's houses in the middle of the night, trying to find a way to survive and make money. All right, your turn. Pick a die.
Reach in there.
Yeah, grab one. Ooh, a key. So pick a transition word, and what's the next bit of the story?
Then he got a key. He locked the king in prison. Then, when the king woke up, he said, "What? Where am I?"
So,
And then the knight told them, "You're in prison."
so the thief got a key. Is the key magical?
It's the key's magical.
Okay, so that's how the key let the thief get into the castle, get back into the castle, and lock the king in the prison?
Yeah.
Okay. So how does the magic key work? Does the magic key open any door to wherever he wants to go?
Like, he uses the key, he throws it, he actually breaks the key into 2 pieces, each one piece, and then it lets him go through walls.
Okay, interesting. That's an odd power for a key to have, but I like it. All right, I'm going to pick what die. All right.
All right. Alright, let's do this.
And I rolled an apple. So the our thief who locked the king in prison, he decided that he was going to set himself up to be king, and to torture the old king, he only let the old king eat one apple every day. Oh, I didn't use a transition word, didn't I? I didn't use a transition word. So next.
You gotta think.
Meanwhile. We'll use meanwhile. So meanwhile, the thief set himself up to be king, and he only fed the old king one apple a day in order to make the old king suffer and starve in prison. All right, pick a die. Your turn.
Right. That he's gonna die.
Maybe. We'll see what happens.
Oh.
Oh, you got somebody snoring. Somebody sleeping. It's a face with Z's coming off of it. All right, so pick a transition word, and what's the next bit of the story? We're still in the middle.
Also, each day he fell asleep at day, and then the thief said, "Hey, wake up, have a nap."
Oh, so the thief woke the king up every time he tried to sleep? Oh yeah, that's gonna mess with the king. I wonder if the king's gonna go crazy. Let's see. I'll pick one die.
Oh God, what's gonna happen?
Oh, I dropped the die. Here we go.
What's gonna happen?
A sheep.
Sheep.
That's weird. What could a sheep be? Or some wool, maybe? Soon, the king had spent so long in prison that his fine robes began to rot away. And so the thief king brought him scratchy wool robes and gave them to the old king. So the old king had to wear scratchy wool robes all the time.
Ow.
Yeah. Cruel man. Only gives him an apple to eat every day and wool robes.
Ow. Alright.
Alright, you roll, see what we get.
Darn it. That was nothing. Okay.
So what'd you get?
A shape.
It looks like a keyhole to me. What could a keyhole mean? This is where a key goes to unlock something.
Yeah.
What could that represent? Maybe the king escaped somehow? Okay, suddenly, what do you got?
Suddenly, the king was trapped in there forever, and then the thief, instead of giving him apple at least one day, he gives him nothing.
He gave him nothing? What does that have to do with the keyhole?
And then he gets crazy, and then he breaks chains, and then just gets free, and then tries to kill the thief.
Okay, so the now mad king breaks his way out of prison with his insane strength. Okay, I like it. All right, we've got 2 more dice left, so I'm going to pick one. I got this one. I rolled, an abacus.
Oh!
An abacus. What could that possibly be? Not yet. I gotta come up with mine.
Wait, I gotta roll mine too.
I'm gonna use this one at the end. So eventually,
I just rolled mine.
I'm going to say the abacus represents numbers. So the Mad King is so insane that he has just limitless strength. And so the Thief King sends his armies of guards after the Mad King.
This is the final.
I know. They're both going to be the final. They're both at the end of the story.
Oh.
So the Thief King is so afraid of the Mad King with his insane strength. And so he sends all of his guards after the Mad King, and the Mad King just defeats them all. Numerous guards, and he just annihilates them all, and then finally he confronts the Thief King and says, "It's time for me to have my crown back." Roll your die. What do you got? Oh, you already rolled it? What did you get?
Finally.
What'd you get? Show them what's on the die.
It's an arrow.
An arrow. So finally what?
Finally, the thief actually put it around the bow and then just broke the crown.
So he broke the crown?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So the Thief King says basically, if I can't have the crown, you can't have it either. And so he breaks the crown. What does the Mad King do?
He dies.
The Mad King goes into a fit of rage and dies?
Yeah,
Oh, goodness.
The crown is his heart.
Oh, the crown is his heart. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why the Thief King didn't want the Mad King to die while he was in prison. So, because if the king died, then the crown would go away and he wouldn't be king anymore. Huh. Fun.
King of the Kong.
Awesome.
Reminds me of a movie, King of the Kong.
So that is Story Cubes. That's how we play it, with the cool little stop sign. And that story had nothing to do with the man and the crowbar like we thought, but hey, it takes turns for that. It takes turns like that all the time. This was fun. I like this story, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Goodbye.